taken millions of people, pay their education, their health care, their hospitals. You just can't do it. And we all have a heart. You can't do it. But many of those people are murderers. They're people released from jails, prisons, mental institutions, insane asylums. They're people that are drug dealers. They're addicts. Additionally, starting February 1st, we're not making any payments to sanctuary cities or states having sanctuary cities because they do everything possible to protect criminals at the expense of American citizens, and it breeds fraud and crime and all of the other problems that come. So we're not making any payment to anybody that supports sanctuary cities.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakwadash. I would also like to give a double honors unto the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone that do rule well. And I would also like to say a sincere shalom unto the hopeful elect, unto the scattered elect, unto the brothers, the prophets, the men that are prophesying and laboring in this truth and in this doctrine. Unto you I say shalom. State versus state, city versus city, and nation versus nation. That's what you're going to have. You're going to have all-out war here in Babylon. But on this topic, at least on this topic, this is what's brewing right now. This is what is on the horizon, where Trump is saying he's going to cut off all the aid or federal funding to sanctuary cities. All right, and sanctuary cities are those civic cities that won't what is it? I'll just look it up, but they won't aid ICE in the apprehension of so-called illegals. Here, I'll look it up real quick and see what Google says. Let's look up sanctuary cities. It reads city a city whose municipal laws tend to protect undocumented immigrants from deportation or prosecution despite federal immigration law. So, they protect them. So I went to CHAP and I asked, what were the sanctuary cities? Give me a list of the sanctuary cities. And, well, these are the states: California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, D.C., Illinois, Minnesota, Nevada, New York, Oregon, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Washington. And it gives you a list of the cities. So all these cities, sanctuary counties, Baltimore County, Cook County, San Diego counties. So these are all the cities that are about to start catching hell. All right. Well, some of the major cities, L.A., New York, New Orleans, Philadelphia, Portland, San Francisco, Washington, Chicago. So in majority of these are predominantly Jake, with a heavy Jake population, where that's where they want the majority of the fighting, with a civil war with ICE to take place. So I asked another question. I said, what would cutting off government funding to these cities look like? And it says the federal government cannot broadly cut off funding to cities just for having sanctuary policies. What it can do is this: attach conditions to specific federal grants, especially those related to law enforcement. So examples: Doge grants, Homeland Security grants. Is what fundings cannot be cut. This is where but we're seeing what Trump's doing right now. Hey, they don't give a shit. They say, well, we'll cut it off and take us to court. All right, and then get a judge to overrule me. And then if they do, what are they going to do? They more than likely fire the judge. All right, or get the judge disbarred or something. That this devil is really flexing their power right now. It says conditions might require cities to share certain information with federal immigration authorities, allow access to jails for immigration officials. Fundings cannot be cut. They said it can't cut Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, highway funding, education, but they just did that with the whole government shutdown thing. What's not a coincidence is that apparently the government deal that they just made that lasted throughout the holidays, that ends at the end of January. Therefore, that's when he said February 1st is when this is going to kick in. It says what it would look like, on the ground. Legal battle, cities and states sue the federal government. Um, Courts issue injunctions blocking enforcement. Funding is often restored while cases are pending. Hey, all Trump got to do is, with everything going on in Minnesota, just call all these states as a state of emergency and declare martial law. The police departments might lose specific federal grants, less funding, task force, equipment, training programs. And when shit get tight, what does Esau tend to do? They're gonna blame it on Jake. Say, all right, fuck it, we just gonna get these Mexicans, and we gonna get these illegals out of here. Anybody that ain't got papers or anybody that looks suspicious, we gonna call them. It's what do they call it? Reporting. While sweeping cuts are unlikely to hold up, courts have repeatedly ruled that the federal government cannot force local police to enforce federal immigration law. And that's what they're doing right now. And you're going to have, I think, this N-Dub, that's the chief of the Philadelphia Police Department, was talking big shit. But let ICE go over there in Philly. They not just coming, they're going to come fully equipped with whatever they need. All right, if they feel that we need this many Humvees or this many guns or this many people, they're going to do it. All right, and it's nothing you can do about it. All right, states and cities retain autonomy under the 10th Amendment. Funding conditions must be approved by Congress, not imposed. Will the Congress approve Trump going over to Venezuela and snatching up Maduro? Hell no. All right, so all this is just chat GBT bullshit, what they supposed to say. But we know the real, that this devil, he's not following the rule book. He's not by Esau. Trump is not by the book. All right, he just does what he wants to do, and if he can, he's gonna find a way around it. That's the devil that we're dealing with. All right, and eventually shit's gonna boil over. People are gonna say enough is enough. All right, and they're gonna have the people fight amongst each other. That's what they want. Where the government, all right, Esau, all right, the head of the snake is the one that's pulling all the strings and making this shit happen. It says cutting off government funding to sanctuary cities would limited in scope, focused on specific grants, heavily litigated, more symbolic than transformative. Or I think I looked up the same question on my phone. Let me see if it had the same answers. Immediate legal challenges. Okay. Which funds could actually be cut? See, I think I reframed the question. What would be the likely outcome of the government cut funding to these cities? And they gave me different answers. Which funds could actually be cut? The government has more leverage over discretionary grants. Okay, I read that. Little leverage over Social Security. Okay, it's pretty much the same thing. I'm just reading from my phone, but pretty much the same thing. But eventually, these things are going to be cut. Okay, and when they're cut, people are going to. They're not going to look at who's cutting them. They're going to look at why they're cutting them and who's the problem. And eventually it's gonna have the people fight amongst each other, and that's going to lead to ultimate civil war. Civil war is going to lead to race riots. Okay, because who is the main one that's so-called illegal here? Jake. All right, and they snatching Jake up. Whether you look Latino, whether you not, whether you so-called black. They snatching up anybody, and Trump just said he about to kick all those Somalians up out of there. Also, all right, anyone that has a visa, hey, your ass is gone. So it's a lot. Esau is causing a lot of confusion right now. All right, this is Revelations 12:12, and this scripture is gonna come out. Shall probably every other lesson or every lesson as the closer and closer we get, because we're sending out that warning unto our people that, hey, this is the time to stop bullshitting and get your mind right and stay focused, stay on course, stay on task. Okay, follow that straight gate, because everyone's gonna be running to the broad gate. Everyone's gonna be running to that broad gate because it seems safe, but eventually it's gonna get your ass destroyed. Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So this is all a part of this devil's great wrath and this devil's deception. That was one of his greatest tools behind his sword, is his ability to deceive. All right, this is Revelations 20 and verse 3. And cast him into the I'll start at 2. And he laid hold of the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, and cast him into the bottomless pit. That bottomless pit represents Europe, and shall shut him up, and set a seal upon him, and he shall not deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. And this is referring to Esau Edom, the one that has deceived the nations, that's continued to deceive the nations, to have them believe that he's he's white. All right, that's the nations believe. He's white, he's pure, he's without blemish, he's right. Okay, while they call you niggas black. Everything has to deal with negativity, a void of light. All right, and called us various bywords and proverbs and bywords. Okay, because he deceived the world. He didn't tell us we were the Israelites, we were the chosen of God. He said that he and his descendants come from the line of Jacob. All right, but that has caused confusion. But those that have woken up, those that begin to wake up, that see the light, that understand who this devil is, and can see this devil's ultimate agenda, we're not fooled. All right, we're not fooled anymore by Esau and his bullshit. Let me get this, because it's going to be eventually a civil war. All right, this devil, he thrives and wants bloodshed. Okay, he couldn't have it any other way. Even if the world conformed to his new world order, all right, which the majority of them will, but we know that elect won't. The elect won't. He would still have to have some bloodshed. Say, oh, everyone's taking the chip. Oh shit, I still got to kill somebody. He's insatiable. He has an insatiable appetite for death and blood. This is this is Isaiah 19. Let me see something real quick. Isaiah 19, and I'm gonna start at verse 2. I want to see what it says in the NLT real quick. I will make Egyptians fight Egyptians, brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor, city against city, province against province. All right, who's doing this? Who's in the midst of making all these things transpire and take place? Yahawashi. Okay, by the hand of Esau, by the hand of his sword. I'm going to read it in the GNT. The Lord says, I will stir up civil war in Egypt and turn brother against brother and neighbor against neighbor. Rival cities will fight each other, and rival kings will struggle for power. It's a great struggle of power. It's a great struggle of power within these world leaders. Okay, and that's also being on full display right now. Here they're fighting over Greenland. Okay, where you have various European countries that's deploying troops over there right now. So hey, Lord willing, something pop off. All right, because hey, something's bound to pop off here in Babylon, and this place is like a ticking time bomb. We just need the right crisis, the right false flag, or whatever it may be, to turn this motherfucker out, to turn this thing completely up. All right. Let me go from there to Matthew. Yahawashi spoke of this also. This is Matthew 24 and verse 4. He answered and Yahawashi answered me and said unto them, And Yahawashi answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And we're in the midst of those rumors. You should hear of wars and rumors of war. The main war is World War III. Okay? Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So this is just the beginning. All right, as these once the race riots crap pop off, and these people are not just going to be fighting. They're going to be fighting over food. They're going to be fighting over supplies, medicine. They're going to be fighting over any type of resource that they can get their hands on. That's how bad it's going to be. It's going to get really bad here, where people are going to be out of work. All right, people are going to be at the point where they have nothing to lose. All right, so if they ain't got nothing to lose, you're gonna run into a store. You may get shot. You're gonna run into someone's house. You could get shot in there, or you could kill somebody. That's how the mind state that these people are going to be under. While Esau sits back and watches the show, and while you dumb niggas go out there and participate in the folly and bullshit also. Israelites, our people, not just black people, Latino niggas too. Okay. What did I get? Oh, Ecclesiastes, not Ecclesiastes. Second Ezra's 6. Excuse me. Second Ezra 6 and verse 24. And at that time, actually, I'll start up. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. All right, storehouses, stores. Everything's going to be empty. All the stores are going to be ransacked. Okay, it's not going to be no food. Okay, and the trumpet shall give a sound which when every man heareth, they shall suddenly be afraid. That sound is going to be, in the ancient world, the watchtower, the guard on the watchtower would blow his trumpet, and there's a certain sound, or it would be a sound of a feast day, it would be a sound of an enemy coming in, it would be a sound of a war, whatever that sound is. Everyone identified that sound with a specific event. All right, so when the trumpet, when the people, that specific sound is a sound that it represents a time of trouble. All right, a time of great trouble that's coming amongst our people. Okay, and it says suddenly which when every man heareth it, they shall be suddenly afraid. And at that time, friends shall fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. It's going to say friends are going to fight like enemies. All right? There ain't going to be no friends in that day. All right? It's going to be you, and if you got your family with you, them. But the Lord said He's going to cause division amongst families. So at some point, it might just be you. Okay? That you can trust. Okay, because when motherfuckers ain't got food, all right, you're gonna see their true colors. You're gonna see if they really believe in Yahawashi, or they was just pump faking the whole time. All right, it says, and the earth shall stand in fear, and those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. So it ain't gonna be no running water. It ain't like I could just chill in the house and I ain't got no food, but at least I got water. Nah, it ain't gonna be that easy. This is Jacob's trouble we talking about. Jacob's trouble, not Esau's trouble. And Esau's a part of it. Esau plays a major role in it because Esau is the one that's going to come down with that wrath. Esau is the one that's going to make it hard for Jake during these times. Make it, it's gonna. They know their kingdom is going down, and the elites of Esau know who's next in line. So they're going to make it as hard as possible for Jake, even if they got to kill Jake. All right, Daniel 12:1. And at that time, Michael shall stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. That time of trouble is Jacob's trouble, spoken of in Jeremiah 30 verse 7. Okay, we're in Jacob's trouble. We just pretty much entered into it, and I don't think things are going to cool down. Things aren't going to just subside, and cooler heads are going to prevail. Nah, Esau's on a mission to conquer, and Esau has to cause confusion amongst Babylon. So the people are confused and really don't know what the hell is going on. This is Second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for their sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. What does that sound like? That don't sound like a time of peace. That sounds like a time of war. That sounds like a civil war. It ain't talking about one people like, okay, it's an army, it's a soldier. Like, no, these are common folks, or common people. They're going to fight against another with swords in the hand. And the modern day sword is the gun. Okay, so you can only imagine how bloody it's going to get here. And I just saw a poll today where it showed it showed a chart of civilian guns owned per 100 people. So in the United States, you got 120 and a half guns owned per 100 people. So shit, everyone got every per 100 people got a gun, and in Yemen, Serbia, Montenegro, Uruguay, they're far behind. Okay, they where the citizens on guns. So you know it's gonna get deadly. It's gonna get bloody here in Babylon. All right. Um, Let me see. There shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Meaning the love of many shall wax cold, as it says in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. Okay, it says there should be sedition among men and invading one another. All right, invading. What does this word invading mean? Let's look it up real quick in the Webster's. Invading, of armed force or its commander enter a region, country, so as to subjugate or occupy it. All right, enter a place, situation, a sphere of activity, a large number, especially with intrusive effects, spread into it. Or no, that's not that. Occupy, conquer. All right, invade. People are gonna shit. People may just set up shop in your house. Like, hey, yo, this is our house now, and you can't do shit about it. Okay, or they're gonna, kidnap your kids and grape your wife. That's the times we're living in. You got to be graphic. You got to give Jake the full spectrum, the full scope of what the hell is about to take place and what's going on and what these devils is up to. Okay, and this is all set up. This is nothing new under the sun. This is all set up by Esau a long time ago. It was just a matter of time for them to execute it. And Salakia, this damn thing. And we believe it's this the time. This is we're living in that time where this devil's going to execute these plays. Okay, and only thing we can do is sit back, watch, pray. Okay, continue to watch, continue to be on our watch, pray for faith. Okay, continue to repent, call in the names of Yahawah and Yahawashi. All right, and Lord willing that we're of that number, and the Lord extends His mercy to us in that day. All right. So hey, Trump is Trump is through policies. Their policies through fair speeches. They're making they're gonna turn up on this place, man. They turning up. Okay. And they're pointing the finger too. All right. That's let me get that. The accuser of the brethren. All right, that's one thing that Esau knows how to do. He knows how to accuse. He knows how to bring up false charges. Okay, this is Revelation 12 and 10. I heard a voice saying from heaven, "Now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of His Hamashiach, anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night." He's going to accuse us. He's going to really accuse the prophets to the whole world. Okay, he ain't going to say, "Oh, these immigrants, they're murderers, they're this, they're that." No, it's these Hebrew Israelites. They're the cause. They're the issue. It was the migrants, but no, we got a bigger problem in America. It's these Hebrew Israelites. All right, the prophets of doom. Okay, but hey, what are you going to do to us? What are you going to do to us? Expose us? When you expose us, you expose yourself. Okay, and we're only worried about the elect, because the elect are the only ones that the Lord is going to that's going to receive this, that's going to get this, and that's going to be delivered. All right. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the hopeful elect, and I would like to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakak Wadash. Shalom.